All right, what's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Barflies podcast. Oh, I need a new intro for the back page. I never know what to say. Back page today, Thursday morning. This should be going out. Tuesday
Recorded on Tuesday. Yep. Origin team out this morning. Awoke to the sounds of my phone buzzing with the fantasy group chat exploding over news of the New South Wales team.
Yeah.
The boys chucking in their 2 cents like it was the NRL 360 panel,
Yeah.
and I was there for it.
Yeah. It's good to see.
I was frothing. But before we get to that, do we want to talk about the round itself, which kind of links into Origin?
Sure.
A lot of upsets this round.
Should I get my iPad so we can look at everything?
Yeah, get your iPad.
Okay. Do you want to hold it down while I do that?
I'll hold it down.
Okay.
I'll hold it down. Okay, first. Oh, good filler, actually, because how's this? This morning, breaking news. Shane Flanagan, ex-Cronulla Sharks coach, premiership winning coach, current assistant at Manly, Dragons head coach for next year. You beauty.
Huge coup.
Massive. Absolutely massive. Does that mean the Dragons players are going to start actually playing? Maybe. We won on the weekend.
He is the best option that you guys could have got.
Yeah. And he'll bring players to the club as well. Hopefully.
I'm pumped. I'm pumped for you.
He's a big draw card, I think, for players.
It's so good. I'm so pumped for the Dragons to get
2 seasons too late. Should have done it a while ago.
Yeah.
He was already been assistant coach there, but let's hope it all goes to plan. Okay, quick breakdown of the round. So I actually thought the Tigers were going to win this game. Gold Coast end up coming up trumps.
Yeah, Coruscant. Oh, tough night for the Tigers. Tough week for a Tigers fan this week.
You've just lost half your spine. You've lost three of your starting players that were in your spine.
Are injured. And Charlie Staines, if you count him.
Yeah.
Probably not now.
Dane Laurie's not even playing anymore.
No, he will be this week.
Yeah. Probably.
So Coruscant, broken jaw, went down in the 20th minute.
What's that, 6 weeks, 8 weeks?
Yeah, at least 6 minimum.
Shit.
6 minimum. And the Tigers just don't look the same without him, and that's kind of a testament to how good of a player he is.
So you reckon Tigers could get the spoon again if Appy and Brooks are out for the rest of the year?
I reckon. Well, I don't think they'll be out for the rest of the year. What round is it? 15? Yeah, next 6 weeks.
Yeah,
probably.
they'll come back with 3 to 4 weeks left. You reckon?
Yeah. Or maybe a little bit earlier. Brooks might be back a little bit earlier. Tough to see, and even more heartbreaking news that Brooks has rejected the Tigers' offer, which I'm personally devastated about. He's my favourite player. He has been the whole time he's been at the club.
He probably wants a fresh start for himself, maybe.
Yeah, I'm happy for him to do that. He deserves it and probably needs it. It's just tough to see, especially and it's he's been just playing such good footy probably over the last 6 weeks. He's really started to gel since Coruscant's got there, and he's coming into his prime age as a halfback as well, 28, 29. His best footy's ahead of him, I think, which is just devastating as a Tigers fan. But I'd be happy to if he can go down to Canberra or to the Bulldogs or wherever he goes and plays good footy for the next 5 years or whatever. I'd be really happy for him. So, but I'm Devo. Yeah, I am Max Devo, and there's nothing in the market. So I don't know what we're gonna do next year. Throw the house at Trindle. That's what I'd be doing.
Braden Trindle.
Throwing the house at Trindle. Or Ben Hunt.
Yeah, Benny Hunt would be an ideal matchup. We can't throw it at Moses. He's already signed on at Para.
Yeah, we try.
Raiders got beat by the Warriors. Jared Croker's 300th game.
I didn't see a realm where the Raiders lost on this
Neither
night.
did I. Apparently, they were talking about the record in 300 games, and 1 in 3, the guy whose 300th game it is, wins. So they've got a 66% loss record. If a player's having his 300th game, no one really in the Origin vibes in these 2 games. So there wasn't that much doing. However, in the other games, there was plenty of people who are kind of in the realm for a bit of an Origin call-up or, names in the ring. Manly Dolphins, Manly just absolutely rissoled them, didn't they?
Yeah, that's a bit of a shock to me. 58-18. The Dolphins have been pretty solid this year. I think sort of up until this game, every week when we kind of, especially when they started, they came in with the Dolphins are going to get smashed. And then we kind of went, okay, the Dolphins are a pretty good side. They're not going to roll over easily. So it did surprise me to see the scoreline blow out the way it did, but...
No Like, I think just Dolphins, no Tom Gilbert, big miss.
Yeah.
No Kafusi,
Yeah.
No,
No,
like I feel like their starting squad, and then their starting squad's just looking different every week.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's going to have a
Jeremy
kick.
Marshall King went off too, I think.
Yeah,
Didn't he? So they've got a bye this week, which is much needed. And then Sean O'Sullivan's
the
back.
The Dolphins in line with the Bulldogs have just had an absolutely horrid run with injuries this year. Suspension, injury, you name it. Someone's been out for them most weeks. But Manly still, to their credit, it was 20-0 within, 8 minutes?
Yeah.
Or something?
Yeah.
10 minutes? So, not
Tommy
like they
scored
played
3.
badly. Garrick scored a couple.
Garrick scored 3. Tommy might have scored 2.
Tommy went off.
Did he?
Saab scored. Kohler scored. Pretty much any outside back for man. Lachlan Croker had a fucking awesome game.
Yeah.
Jermaine Sarko scored again.
Yeah, he scores.
That's what he does, mate. Yeah, I guess Tommy just showing why he's definitely is the guy in that team.
Yeah.
Dragons, Rabbitohs, a couple of big players missing. Bit of a stinker. Not too much to talk
The
about.
Rabbitohs, whole side has also been ravaged by injuries.
Yeah.
Trell, I think Cody was niggling. Maybe not. Maybe he was just rested.
Cam Murray out.
Cam Murray, Jai Arrow.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
4 of them?
But,
Yeah.
pretty key players.
And nearly got him.
They nearly got him.
Nearly
Campbell
got him.
Graham, pretty much scored and set up the next 2 tries.
Yeah,
so,
he's a freak.
Lachlan Ely's had a good game too. Claude Matungi playing in that game as well. Earned himself a call up into the Origin as the 19th or 18th man.
Yep.
You got the Brisbane Broncos versus the Knights. Knights winning that game, and they lost.
Oh, that sucks.
Bit of a choke. KP versus Reece Walsh. By reports, even Adam Reynolds in this game trying to show off and get his spot in the team. Scored the game sealing try.
Oh, my goodness.
Yep. Ezra
What
Mam.
a try.
They've done
Dude,
that. That's the
Ezra-
second time they've done that this
Ezra
year.
Mam is becoming one of my favourite players pretty quickly.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that he's Indigenous Australian as well. It's so good to see.
Yeah.
That flick pass, around the corner, it just looks so sharp.
Yeah.
It just looks so sharp.
It looks awesome.
Imagine playing when we have this conversation about being unable to fathom how good professional athletes are. Imagine someone did that to you at OzTag, or imagine someone threw a pass like that at OzTag. You'd be like, "This guy's a freak."
You wouldn't know what to do.
No.
When you see when we play OzTag and someone throws a bullet 3-man cutout, you're like, oh, we've got a fair bit on today.
Was that like you when I set up the first try at Rip
No,
Hudson
yours
that day?
is only a 1-man cutout.
Oh,
Yours is only a 1-man cutout. No, when we're playing in our actual A grade comp and your B grade nonsense, no, it's different gravy.
Yeah,
It's actually
sure.
full blokes who actually played rugby in that comp and they're just tearing you up.
yeah, sure.
Unlike you.
Anyway,
Schmeeg.
it says rattled. Oh, rattled.
Look, next game. Let's get back on topic, please. Look, the Roosters just continue to get, worse and worse this year. At what point does Robbo get fired? Honestly, that's what I want to know. If this was any other coach, they would be getting a shellacking.
I don't know, and I still don't know how good of I don't understand the intricacies of the game enough to know how good of a coach Robbo is. The great rugby league minds of the game say he's a good coach, and it seems like a very well run club, Alexander. But to me, they haven't been able to do it without the absolute best players,
The best of the best.
the best of the best. They haven't been able to do it.
And if you can't do it with that team, you're out, mate. You're out. I don't know why. How can you keep him after this?
I don't know.
He can't. If you don't make the top 8 with this team, and I know people were saying they'll kick late, but they were literally tipped. Most people, myself and others included, saying the Roosters win the comp this year. They've just been playing. They dropped Sam Walker. Keary's been okay. Manu's been quiet. It's not helped for them as well. I feel like they move around a lot of their team. A lot of players coming in and out of that team in that center spot, that wing spot, always changing.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of chopping and changing. You got to pick and stick. Remember the Raiders were doing that a lot last year. Form wasn't great.
Yeah.
I feel like a similar thing's kind of happening. Their bench looks different every game.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
They just, it's kind of hurts them a little bit. I feel like.
I feel I don't know.
But again,
I don't know.
no Nathan Cleary, and look at that, Luai. Luai shows the boys home to a win there.
Yeah.
30-6.
Yeah.
Comfortable.
Mate, we're big Luai fans in this
Don't question the bloke.
in this house.
Are you serious? And then
Biggest shock of the round, I would say.
I was thinking this would be quite a high scoring but close game.
I had Sharks with the line this game.
Did you?
I had Sharks with the line. Because I know they did play Amy Park. I thought they did.
Yeah.
But,
Storm, made up of a pretty much entirely Queensland spine, smashing the Sharks. Look, people thinking maybe Nico will have a big game, showing that he's the guy for Origin 2. But you know what? He didn't show much, and the Storm smashed him by 44 points.
yeah. Yeah, Nico hasn't had, like, the greatest month of football. And that's in comparison to his incredibly high standards. So it's not saying much. I think it's pretty poor timing for the guy. We'll get into Origin in just a sec. But, yeah, losing to, like Xander says, a majority Queensland side.
Yep. Not a great look.
Not a great look. On the eve, on the cusp
of Origin team
of a do-or-die Queensland game.
And then you had the Bulldogs versus the Eels. We all knew what was going to happen there. No big surprises, really.
Yeah.
But a couple little upsets there. A couple closer than whatever games.
Yeah, tough round of two.
Yeah. But now we get onto the talking point. The Origin teams, rounds been played. Now we talk about the teams themselves.
Do you want to give your general consensus on this team?
Well,
What do you think? What do you think about it? Do you like the team?
I like it, but I just don't. The thing, I think it's weird. As much as, like, I kind of saw Mitchell Moses there, and I was like, okay, that makes sense, I guess. He's played in the grand final. Bear that. They didn't win, but, like, he's got a good record against top teams. But it's like, okay, so you pick, Nico Hines. He was 18th man last year for pretty much the whole series, so been around the camp a fair bit. You pick him in game one for this year. Dally-M last year. So you've got him in the side. You've got him in the squad this whole time, right? Just kind of, learning, getting his combinations right, whatever. Then you have the chance to actually pick him and play him at 7, which is what he plays at club and won the Dally-M playing. And then you choose not to pick him for Mitchell Moses from the Eels, who, only mere weeks ago, you'd have been...
You'd be shot.
You'd have been shocked because their form was not great.
No, shot. You'd be shot.
Genuinely.
If you said his name for New South Wales.
Probably. And they've kind of just started, like, that team. Like, the Eels didn't have the best start of the year. And, like, Mitchell Moses is a, pretty top-quality player. Got an unreal kicking game. Running game's great. But, I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why? And I know Nico's, record at the top level is called into question. Like, he's against the big teams. But that's why you've got him in the side to begin with.
Yeah.
If you're going to do that, then just pick Mitchell Moses the whole time.
Agreed.
It's silly. It's silly.
I couldn't agree
It's
more.
another time where I went, Freddy, mate, what's going on? And also, for a comparison, right? Queensland have picked and sticked as Tom Dearden, right? As 18th man for a while. Okay? Gets a chance to play. What does he do? Absolutely tears it up. And he's still 18th man. I just feel like he didn't get a good opportunity to get in there and play.
Yeah, I agree. I couldn't agree more. Regardless of who plays 7 today, the fact that it's not Nico Hines, not that I necessarily believe that it should have been Nico Hines, but in the context of things, right? Like Xander's saying, he's been in and around. We brought him in. They forced him in game 1. They wanted him in there so bad. They forced him into that game 1 side on the bench. And now they haven't picked him when his spot's opened up. It's just another classic case of New South Wales just don't get Origin.
But I was just thinking as well, there's a fair bit of I just don't like the New South Wales team and coaching is made up of all people who have contracts with media organisations as well, when you think about it.
So do Queensland though.
Yeah, but it's not the same. Gus has got his own show pretty much. Freddie and Joey have their own show. Greg Alexander's always on the mics and stuff. It concerns me a bit, to be honest. And I don't know, I just feel like sometimes they're running their own agendas maybe through the teams. I don't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing that frustrates me the most, and the thing that's always frustrated me about Freddy being the coach, has, come to fruition again this year. He sends out an experimental team in game one with Tavita Pan. No, and this is, again, nothing personally on these players or how they performed, whatever. But it's an experimental team with Tavita Pangai in there.
Yeah.
And, even Huddy Young to an extent. And then, he had kind of had a few too many back rowers and just, almost just a bit of a bizarre team. And then we've gone out and lost. And he's come in game 2 and selected the side that should have been picked first time round. And it's like, why does it take us losing? Why does it take us losing a game for him to do this? He did the exact same thing last year when he didn't pick Jake and Adokar. So it's just beyond me.
Yeah, not picking Jake last year was absolutely the straw that broke the camel's back. And then picking Talakai off 3 good games, having never really, and only just playing consistent first grade for the first time in his career. Strange. Very strange. Yeah.
I have totally lost faith in Freddy's, in the way that Freddy runs this project, in the way that he runs this side. I don't get it. And there's never any explanation for anything. And, every time they ask him in the media, he always seems so, grumpy that they're asking him.
It's like, mate,
it's literally your job. This comes with the territory. Yeah. You work for Channel 9 and you're the Blues coach. You're going to get asked.
Yeah. Sometimes he just picks rogue people, and I think, there'll probably be a lot of people having a lot of say on the team instead of, I feel like the Queensland team's always very Kate, we're on the same page. This is who we're picking.
Yeah.
When as opposed, I feel like there's always would be a lot of input on this New South Wales team. Hence, what I'm saying is the media stuff, because you've got people like Freddy, Joey, Gus, Greg Alexander, all heavy in the media. Getting a lot of input from a lot of places. It doesn't seem like an aligned approach to how things should go.
Yeah, but I agree. I agree.
And hope to God they win this game. Because if they don't, honestly, we could lose 3-0.
Yeah. In saying that, I do like this team. It feels a lot more well balanced. It feels a lot more well rounded.
I like Reece Robson.
I
really like Reece Robson. I think talking on that spec of having a kind of cam, having no Jake Travojevic kind of player. I think he gives, and obviously we don't have Appy, who'd be the other hooker, but I feel someone like Robson gives a good dynamic in the middle of a good counter to someone like a Ruben Cotter, who's just an efficient player, turning the ball over a lot.
It'll be interesting to see how many minutes Robson gets. Then it'll be interesting to see if Cookie plays 80. Because, like you say, Robson could just kind of come on and play in the middle.
But you feel not much. What's going to change after 20 minutes? They're going to take Young and or Frizzell off or Paulo. Is it really going to? Do you know what I mean? They're not going to probably take Frizzell off much.
Frizzell shouldn't go off. I don't think Hudson Young should go off either. I don't think either of the edge players should go off unless they have to.
But how do you how are you going to put Martin or Murray on then? You're not going to take Payne Haas. If Payne Haas plays less than 50 minutes, or even less than 60 minutes to be fair. He plays 80 minutes pretty much every week. The guy, you're silly to not have him out there at Suncorp Stadium, his home ground.
Yeah, I agree. I think Murray will come on in the middle for Polo. To be honest, like I said to you last week, man, I just quietly would be having Cam Murray starting at prop because he can kind of play that dynamic lock forward in the front rows.
I don't know why Martin's not starting.
Yeah, similar to... Well, I would have Martin in over Hudson Young and I'd have Huddy on the bench.
I'd rather have Cam Murray on the second row and then have Martin in the middle.
Yeah.
But then, good to see Kyle Matungi as 18th man as well, because he'd probably be in the squad instead of Hudson Young, you'd think, if, injuries, etc.
Yeah.
Look, it's good to see Latrell back.
Yeah, mate, that's a name you want to see on the team sheet, isn't it?
Yeah. Look, I still am under the impression if Latrell Mitchell's playing game 1, we win. That's still my thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, and what's the Queensland team?
Also, Utoy Kamanu making his debut.
Yeah, instead of TPJ.
This kind of makes sense to me. Again, I'm a Tigers fan, but
a player who's been around the squad for a long time.
Exactly. Why wasn't he picked in game 1?
He was 19th man.
Yeah, but over TPJ. like if he's playing the TPJ role as like the third string prop, you know, the backup guy to Polo and
Well,
Haas.
we don't know what Freddie's plan is.
Mate,
we don't know, mate.
we
we don't
don't
know.
care.
That's what we're saying. We got no idea.
Yeah.
We got no clue what that bloke is up to. And even like Adam Reynolds not even getting a shout in us talking about that as being a valid option.
Yeah, we should probably talk about that before we go into Queensland, actually.
No Adam Reynolds.
Would you have gone Reynolds over Moses? Do you not feel
Do you know
more...
what? To me, they're kind of like a tomato situation. They're like one of them has been playing home ground advantage up at Suncorp. One's a bit older, but one at the moment is probably like, if you're basing off who's better, probably you'd say Mitch Moses is a little bit better than Adam Reynolds.
Do you reckon? They're different players. They're hard to compare. But Adam Reynolds is just playing so good for Brisbane. Like, he's just the general. He's like Nathan Cleary. Like he just seems like the perfect replacement.
But then Mitchell Moses like runs the ball well, has an awesome. His kicking game is probably better than Adam Reynolds.
Yeah,
you know, I don't know. It's tough. Like, yeah,
they're probably the like. I think Mitchell Moses has that really unpredictable, unorthodox, dynamic, attacking kicking style.
Fast.
Yeah, but I think like Adam Reynolds' like game control and game management would have to be like up there with the best in the game, no?
Yeah,
It'd
you're
have
right.
to
It
be.
would be.
Again, it is a bit tomato.
But you look at them both and you're kind of like, yeah, I could see an argument for either one. It was like if the Eels were in better form.
Well, Brisbane is second, aren't they?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Then are you not picking teams on form anymore, like players on form? Because if so, then Adam Reynolds is form. Yeah. And then same to go with Nico's form.
Yeah, exactly.
Unreal.
Yeah. Apart from like the last month, but that aside. Yeah, I don't know. I just think if it was Queensland, they would have picked Adam Reynolds. I think Queensland would have picked Adam Reynolds.
So when they pick Langer back in the side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like I was saying it last week, if you need to win a game tomorrow, like if I'm like, you know, in old school, like in PE, you need to pick teams. If I need to pick a team tomorrow to win me a game, I'm picking Adam.
Goal kicking as well.
They're
both good goal kickers, to be fair. Reynolds is probably a little bit better.
Yeah, a tiny bit better. Tomato, I guess. But yeah, I'd be going Adam Reynolds, but you know, it's Freddy, mate. So,
but is Mitchell Moses' best game a bit more destructive than Adam Reynolds' best game?
Potentially. I think potentially Mitchell's best game puts more tries on the board, whereas Adam Reynolds' best game could really bring you home in a tight one. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like if we're up by 2 with 10 to go, I'd be like, thank God it's Adam. You know what I mean? Or even if we're drawing with 10 to go.
But then the Eels have beaten so many big teams. Like they literally beat, like every year they seem to beat all the big teams.
That's true. I'm just comparing these two.
Yeah,
I'm just comparing these two.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not like I don't hate the Moses selection. I'm coming around to Mitchell as a player all in all. I think he's really sort of settling in now to like, and he's coming in like same as Luke Brooks, coming into that perfect age as a halfback.
As long as he just doesn't have a bit of a Suki Lala on the pitch.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you see him having a bit of blow up at the refs, and he dives around a little bit.
Yeah, a bit of carry on.
And you're just like, come on, mate, don't do it. Don't do it at Origin. Cherry Evans does it as well.
Yeah.
Cherry Evans is good for a bit of a
bit of a sook
to the ref. Bit of a sook to the ref.
Yeah. So look, it'll be interesting, mate. Freddie's call at the end of the day. Is this the end for Freddie if we lose this series? Is that it?
Probably, maybe.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
But who else is there? I don't know. Different convo. We'll see.
Well, I hope so.
We'll talk about this in. Actually, we might have to do a fucking.
Who did Xavier Coates replace? Cobbo.
Yeah, Cobbo's injured.
Is Cobbo out?
Yeah, I think he's out for all of Origin. I think he's injured.
Damn, I didn't even see that. Yeah, look, not a bad replacement though.
No, he doesn't scare me.
Pretty big body in the.
Yeah, he's big though. Actually, he's got a good try off a catch on the weekend as well.
It's got a great try.
Team lineup pretty much the same.
Obviously, Queensland also have their injury problems.
Gilbert back in.
Yeah, Gilbert out.
And who's in the front row? Who did Tina move in the front row for?
Jai Arrow's out, so they brought in Mo Fotuaker, who's been knocking on the door. Corey Horsburgh, 18th man as well. Two players who've been in great form.
Well, Fotuaker's done it before as well. He was there last year for Queensland.
Yeah, and he's been playing unreal.
Yeah.
For the Titans. Corey Horsburgh as well, been sensational for the Raiders. Look, not much to say about this team. It's pretty good. It's pretty fast. It's pretty big. It's powerful. There's a lot to like. But look at that forward pack. Tino, Collins, Nanai, Fafita, Carrigan. If they're firing on all cylinders, mate, that's something to be worried about.
I honestly reckon that 4 of Tino, or even the 3 of Tino, Carrigan, and Ruben Cotter in the middle of just like young, strong, energetic, like just
Yeah.
And then you've got all those players to complement them. You've got Nanai, you got Collins, and then Harry Grant sniffing around there as well.
Ben
like,
Hunt for feeder.
scary sight. And we won't say anything about the hammer today because he had a great game.
Yeah, we
game
talked
one.
that much rubbish and then ended up
I think
scoring
everyone
2
did.
tries.
I think
And then it was scoring
literally
2
everyone
tries. But Latrell will be back, so.
Yeah. Well, he's marking Tommy, I think.
Yeah.
God, I'm keen to see Latrell play.
Yeah, look, not much to say about this team. It's pretty bloody good. It's pretty good, and we're very, 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 very excited to watch this game unfold.
Yeah. Nervous but excited.
Mm.
Nervous but excited. Next, so what? 7 days. Where will you be when it's on?
In the UK, I would have just landed. Yep, I would have landed in the UK when this is on.
Yeah, right. Watching the airport, man.
Yeah, so any predictions for Game 2? What do you reckon is going to happen up at Suncorp Stadium?
I like New South Wales at 235.
Yeah.
I see value there, but I will be very surprised if we win this game.
I think, look, I'm just going to double down because I said they'd win the series, but they win the game. I think they win by, I reckon they win by 8 points.
Yeah, I like it. Well, that's the thing as well. You got to remember, every game Latrell's been there.
Yeah.
Like, what's Latrell's record in Origin?
Probably awesome. Probably unreal. Hey, he's a game winner.
Yeah.
He's a game winner.
And you can just give him the ball early. Just give him the ball early,
Just impacts the game. Makes a big impact. What I thought would be interesting for the Origin teams, though, is you've got Luai and Mitchell Moses, who I swear to God, every time they're on the field together, hate each other's guts.
Well, it's like fire and fire. They're kind of the same player-ish in a way, like...
They love to get in at each other on the
Yeah.
field. Like, you always see them kind of beefing.
Yeah.
So, look, it's interesting to see how they work together. Yeah.
If this Mitchell Moses thing doesn't work, when I just think, again, without getting too into it again, I think Adam Reynolds is the safer pick.
Well,
So-
at that point, you've lost, so who cares? Game 3.
No, that's not. I'm not talking about game 3. I'm talking about this game. I'm saying if this Mitchell Moses thing doesn't work, this game, Freddie's got once again gone the more etch route, as he always does. If this doesn't work, I think that's got to be it for him.
I think it's done anyway. I think he's done anyway after this series.
I do like him being around the squad. I think his ability to identify young talent has been sort of next to none over the last sort of 5-10 years. But just as the head coach for New South Wales, I just don't quite think he gets it.
Yeah.
I'd be on the phone to Matty Johns if I was
Could pick the coach.
Phil Gould.
Yeah.
So
It is what it is.
yeah, I'm going Queensland 1-12. Queensland 1-12.
No,
I think.
I'm doubling
I
down.
don't know.
I'm doubling down.
I don't know. No, you know what? New South Wales with the line. New South Wales.
I'm
with the
doubling
line.
down. Latrell scores. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Okay, on to other things now. Enough about some rugby leg dribble. We're moving on.
We just did half an hour of that. It's almost longer than our normal pod.
Yep. Act shocked though. Okay, cricket. Wow. Did I tell you the other week and then someone said, when I said, yeah, I play cricket, they went, you look like a cricket guy. I didn't know how to take it. But I was like, true, I guess. And I also do play cricket. But like, you look like someone who plays cricket. I was like, is it a good thing or a bad
I
thing?
agree. I reckon it's because it's kind of like...
Are you judging off the fact of Pat Cummins? And
I think it's because it's like, would you consider it like the gentleman's sport? Cricket?
Yeah. Are you judging me off the great man Pat Cummins, both those legendary baby blues, and you're going, hey, he looks like a good bloke who plays cricket. Are you serious?
Sure.
Yeah, is that
sure.
what you're basing it on? Or are you
Sure.
just basing it off like, oh, you seem a bit kind of weird and a bit annoying. You'd probably want to stand in a field for 8 hours a day and just chat nonsense. What are you basing this off?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, alas, I didn't really take it as too much of a not a compliment. I just took it in my stride as per. But
take,
look,
take a lot to get you down, mate.
yeah,
That much.
to be fair, it does. World Test Championship, Australia versus India.
Can I just before you off the rip here? Can I be frank?
Please.
I didn't watch or see much of this at all. This sort of came and went as, it came and gone before it was even here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So talk me through it. I saw it.
You don't have the Cricket Australia app, do you?
Not on here. I can get it, mate.
Let me get it up.
I noticed the first 5 wickets were all taken by different wicket takers, which I thought
that was epic.
good to see.
Yeah.
All the boys just ripping.
Doing what we should be doing.
Scotty B, have it on a 50-cent piece, mate, or...
Oh, mate, Scotty B was just... He was just on another level. Here, let me get this up because I want to be able to refer to some stats
Here we go.
as I go through. Hold on. Bear with. I can't fucking find it anywhere.
What are you looking for?
I'm trying to find Test Championship. Here we go. Got it. All right. Not going to lie. Watched the first day, right? Looking at the wicket, I was with Dan Ferreira, Dom Skog, 2 cricket tragics like myself.
The custard.
We're looking at the wicket. We're going, mate, they could be out for under 250 here. Like, this could be an absolute green deck. And then it turned out not to be that bad. It was doing a bit, but it was not as bad as we'd first thought, maybe. They've come out, Australia, and then Smudge and Travis Head putting on bulk runs.
Yeah.
You just love to see it. To be fair, India without Bumrah, which is a pretty big out for them.
Yeah.
But they did have Shami and Siraj, who are pretty special. They decided to go pick 4 seamers instead of picking who I'd say is their best bowler. Is like Ravi Ashwin, who's unreal. Always gives Australia trouble. They didn't play him.
Is he a spin bowler?
Yeah. And I think that was kind of silly on their part. And they should have picked him. He could have picked up a couple.
Why would you ever not pick a spinner?
Just because I think you look at the pitch and you judge, and you're looking at the pitch and you're going, okay, like, will we realistically need him? Because they won the toss and chose to bowl. So they're probably looking at the pitch like, okay, this is the best time to bowl on this pitch.
Yeah.
Let's roll them for nothing.
Yeah.
And then they ended up making 470.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Travis, though, 163 off, only a bit over 163 balls. Travis, and then Steve Smith, 121. Classy knocks.
Yeah, mate.
Classy
Call it baseball, mate. Call it what you want. Travis Head is a freak. He is quickly becoming one of the best batsmen in the world.
Yep.
Very
definitely.
quickly.
He's shooting up the rankings.
Similar to how he's scoring runs.
Yeah, he's just shooting up the rankings at an extraordinary pace.
Like, it's so impressive. I reckon, like, every time over the last sort of 12, 18 months that Australia have played Test cricket, Travis Head has just been in there doing the damn thing.
And then they didn't pick him in the first test in India. And then they picked him immediately after, and he was one of our best players for the rest of the tour. So I think they kind of realised, oh, shit, actually, wait, this guy is kind of quickly turning into a very, very, very important player for us.
Yeah.
So it's silly to leave him out.
Having him there at 5, it just feels like
It feels
such a good, like,
It feels
asset.
right.
It just feels like such a big asset to have.
And him and Smudge always bat well together. Last time they were over in England for the Ashes, he made a lot of starts, a lot of 30s, 50s, 40s. Didn't go on and make anything big. But a lot of that was like part of those partnerships where Steve Smith was getting 100. So it's kind of been... I've been brewing for a while that he's going to inevitably get in a good vein of form and bat well with someone like a Smith.
Yeah.
And it's happening, which is great. He bats well with Marnus as well. It's good because those guys, I guess, hold on to one end.
Yeah.
And then he can just explode from the other. The lads sent India into bat. Got him out for just under 300. Bit of a team effort. Everyone picking up 1 or 2. Australia went back in, declared. Everyone kind of just going out there, making some starts, just adding some runs to the total. Alex Carey, top scoring with a 66 not out. Thanks for coming.
Dude, he's been good with the bat, Alex Carey.
Alex Carey will somehow just noodle his way to like a 40 or 50 or 60. Like, he looks like he could get out at any point, and he can get out. Even when he made 40 in the first innings of this, when he made 100, you're just watching him, you're going, mate, I honestly, you could get out at any point. Like, he's just kind of... And then and then all of a sudden, like, he's on like 60, and you're going, how did you get here?
Yeah.
And then you're going, oh, actually, maybe he'll go for a big one and he gets clean bowled or something. He just does it. I don't know how he kind of operates the way. I'm unsure as to but he's not bad. He's been batting well. He made his century, of course, in the summer. But yeah, important 60 runs, essentially putting the game a fair bit away from India. They then come out? Gaza picks up 4 in the final innings, taking some scalps. Scott Boland bowling like an absolute weapon the whole time. You just love to see it.
Yeah, mate, this Aussie team is fucking awesome.
Getting ready for the Ashes that are on the horizon. It's brewing well for them. That's all I'm going to say. Awesome practice test as well before they go.
That is the perfect trial for the Ashes upcoming, and they couldn't have played any better, mate. It's fucking. This team is fucking awesome. How did Cam Green go? All in all,
he took a stunning catch, but he didn't do much with the bat or bowl.
Okay,
he took like 1 or 2 wickets, but look, he took an amazing catch at gully, proper screamer, absolute proper screamer. But yeah, England on the horizon for the Ashes. I don't want to say too much because I want to see what this series is going to be like. Because are they going to prepare super green wickets, try and roll Australia, and also try not get rolled themselves? Maybe. Or are they going to just prepare super, like, good batting tracks and just hope and just back themselves to bowl Australia out and back their baseball tactic? Who knows? I don't know.
What are you sort of expecting, like the result wise here?
They'll probably one game will be rained out, so you get a draw in one game. You got 2 teams who are playing pretty positively, pretty aggressively, who want to win. I definitely feel like
is Hazelwood fit?
I feel like it'll be like a 2-all or a 3-1 scenario to Australia.
Okay.
That's pretty biased of me, but that's what I honestly think.
Is Josh fit, Hazelwood?
Maybe.
Okay. Does he just miss out? I
don't know. I feel like in the first test, he was amazing last time they versed them. I don't know. I know there's the risk of injury, but look, I'd probably pick him over Stark to begin with. Although it is like you've got all 5 right-hand bowlers. It's good to have someone like Stark in there, left-hander, mixes it up. There's a couple of left-handers in the English team. If the ball's swinging as well. Scott Boland gets picked. There's no doubt in my mind. Him and Cummins, Gaz. It's really up to do you pick Hazelwood or do you pick Stark?
It's tough, isn't it? It's tough to leave someone like Hazelwood out,
but as well, Hazelwood is like prime for these English conditions.
I know.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, however they prepare the pitch, England's bowlers bowl well on them, but Australia's bowlers seem to bowl just as well. Well, they did last Ashes. So look, could be. It's just going to be a good test cricket.
I can't wait.
It's just going to be good test cricket.
When's it start?
Next week or in 2 weeks.
So good.
Yeah. So it's on the horizon. It's coming up. Not much else to add there. Then we get to football.
Oh, before we go on to cricket, did you see that that video I sent you about the great cricketer talking about JL?
Yeah. JL and me have the Big Bash love in common.
Yeah, basically for people who haven't or wouldn't have listened to this podcast, it's basically the story about the grade cricketer boys. They must have done a live show with JL or something, and he was checking the Brisbane Heat score after the game. And one of the boys asked JL if he's into the Big Bash, and he just looks up at them deadpan. Glaring, just going, mate, I love it.
Do you love it? Yeah.
It's so good.
A renownedly intense bloke.
Sent me.
Yeah.
Sent me.
JL kept JL was giving someone a shout out on the broadcast for the World Test Championship, and he was going, while he was speaking, he was doing like the most awkward peace signs. He kept throwing up these peace signs.
Yeah,
when
right.
he was like, everyone back home. Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Yeah,
and I was just like, what are you doing, mate?
Yeah,
like,
right.
He's a strange bloke.
Yeah,
he's a strange bloke.
Yeah.
Look, but JL, GOAT, so he can do what he likes.
Yeah, one of the greater Amazon documentaries. JL. So
I was saying that I was talking to my mum about this as well, but then I was also chatting to some of my friends about it. Then the season 2 is kind of a bit lame.
It's not as good, is
It's
it?
so lame.
I was
And
thinking
it's
about it
like,
last night. I can't even remember it.
no, it's unmemorable. It's kind of a bit like weak. It's just like some weak ass TV. Like, they're just fucking, it's just a
Yeah.
bit shit.
Yeah.
And like the one where it's, the first season, there's so much doing.
Yeah.
And there's so much kind of like charisma in the group.
Theatre and
Yeah, there's genuine tension. But in this, everything's kind of going well for them. Like, they're winning heaps.
Yeah.
They're not losing.
Yeah.
There's no real.
There's no dynamic between the coach and the squad either.
No, and then they like made it all about the players' families and stuff. And like, respectfully, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Like, I want to know what happens behind the scenes, but I don't want to know like, that they just like to
Go for walks.
go for walks and like relax.
Yeah.
Like, it's more. I want to see like the dressing, the camaraderie, like the team tactical.
Yeah, the
meetings.
lads. Yeah.
That's like the behind the scenes you want to see.
100%. 100%.
But yeah,
Anyway,
it was a bit shit.
it was.
It's a shame. And then to football now. So we're going to get into transfer season very soon.
Yeah, the window opens July.
Yep. Yeah.
Transfer window opens in
But
July.
there's always deals done beforehand. There's always some levels
Yeah,
of
there's
like
bits
deals
going,
being
bits
done.
and pieces going on. Yeah.
Like, I know there's already a few players like supposed to go to across Europe, like Marco Asensio going to PSG from Real Madrid.
Oh wow, and Kunku's coming to Chelsea as well.
Who?
And Kunku, the guy from Leipzig.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
So look, there's always business being done. City winning the treble. Do I think City have ruined football? A little bit, but I'm just biased. Like, signing the best manager and the best players in the world.
Bit of
To win
bit
titles.
of the Roosters about Man
Yeah,
City.
there is. Look, good on them. The players looked ecstatic. Jack Grealish, I'm pretty sure, is still partying to the day.
Yeah.
He's hour and second.
Yeah, he would be.
Look, deserving winners nonetheless. Whether you think they did buy their team, and they're probably in many, many financial fair play breaches.
Yeah.
Documented as well and under
Yeah.
investigation for. But look, they still won. Against Inter, only 1-0, close one. Very close game.
Good strike from Rodri.
Yeah, again, they just can seem to pull goals out of anywhere, Man City. They're just
fell for him, didn't it?
they're just so dangerous. But look, FA Cup, that's kind of what they've been building to, is this moment of them doing something like this. Like, this has been building for literally 15 years. So,
Yeah.
I'm surprised it's taken them this long. But I
Yeah.
guess now teams like Madrid and Barca are somewhat having those bit of rebuild periods, or
Yeah.
even Bayern to an extent.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it gives a good opportunity for a club like that to come in
Yeah.
to the fray. Apparently Gundogan's leaving next season.
he's been awesome for City.
Apparently they lose Gundogan next year. Bernardo Silva also possibly
I hope
leaving.
Bernardo Silva doesn't leave. He's
I
one of my
think
favourite players,
he's such a
Bernardo
weapon.
Silva.
So, can play any position as well.
The thing that's so impressive about Bernardo Silva, and it's kind of similar to like Iniesta and Xavi, like he has no physical attributes.
No.
He's not fast. He's not big. He's not strong. He's not good in the air. But people just cannot tackle him.
He's just got techers.
He just has techers.
That's
literally it.
He literally just has. He's just like that skillful and
Yeah.
that just like elusive.
Yeah.
And like can play with both feet, can shoot.
Yeah.
Passing's immaculate.
Yeah.
His movement beast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He's awesome.
would. Yeah. I
He's
would love
awesome.
to model my own game off Bernardo Silva.
Yeah.
That is someone that you should look up to.
He's
him.
He is an awesome player. But look, City next year, I wonder who they'll get. They always make movements in the off season. Even Liverpool to an extent. There's talk of Jude Bellingham. He was always in talks to say City or Liverpool, but now Real Madrid have come in and knocking. Ange got hired as the manager of Tottenham.
Yep, saw that.
So a lot's already happened. A lot is already happening. Will Harry Kane stay or will Harry Kane go?
He'll stay.
Who knows?
He'll stay.
I kind of hope he goes to United, but I also think could he end up going to Real Madrid? Who knows? They need a 9.
Yeah, surely he'd want to stay in England though, Harry Kane.
Well, he's got the goal scoring record coming up. He's getting closer and closer to Alan Shearer's record.
Right.
That'll make him the greatest Prem striker or goal scorer ever.
Yeah,
So-
he should I don't know, dude. Surely he just want to go to somewhere like United and try and win a trophy.
Yeah. Look, I'm excited to see. I hope they give Ange a good crack. I hope they don't kind of give him a year, and if they don't, make a Europe spot. I mean, if Mourinho and Conte can't get you to make Europe, maybe you got to give the new guy a bit of time.
Yeah, give him a bit of let him cook, mate. Let him cook.
Let him cook. He's got a record of, winning record after being time to cook. So let him do his thing. We got our wish, I guess. Messi didn't end up going to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
He's going into Miami.
That's so good for the international game.
Yeah.
Like, that's so good for football in the US.
That money is just not going to ruin, like Saudi money is
Yeah.
coming in going to ruin that kind of
I can
spectacle.
kind of get someone like Benzema going to Saudi Arabia because he's Muslim.
Yeah.
But yeah, Messi going into Miami makes more sense.
Just a spectacle.
Imagine the jersey sales.
Through the roof. And then hopefully someone like Ronaldo, I think he's supposed to stay in the Saudi League another season. But I mean, it would be, imagine just getting MLS, get the both of them on a team to play together.
Yeah, it'd be good to see.
Like, if that's what everyone wants to see. The whole football world wants to see them play in the same team at some point. Why can't they just make it happen? What's so hard about that?
Yeah.
Imagine
Messi just crossing Ronaldo.
I know, right?
It'd be insane.
But look, one day.
And then the poor MLS defenders having to mark those two.
It would be epic. It would be so epic.
The left backs are shaking in their boots.
Mate, Messi's going to tear up.
Yeah.
Can't imagine Messi being doing too much defending over in the MLS just quietly.
Nah, I don't think he does much anyway, to be fair.
I think he cancelled out on backtracking a long time
Yeah.
ago. Neymar leaving PSG. Or
where's he going?
Confirmed. No one knows yet. Could be United. Could be anywhere. United apparently favourites. Hopefully he doesn't leave there. He does not fit the team.
You don't want him to come to United?
No, he's injury prone as well. It's just it wouldn't be a good fit. We're just starting to build something. We don't need another huge name coming in.
Yeah, superstar.
And making it kind of
His
effectively.
team,
Yeah. And then also reports now that Mbappe won't be extending his contract after it's done in 2024. So PSG could look to move him on to sell him, so he doesn't leave for free.
Interesting.
Recoup some funds on him.
Yeah. Wonder where he'd go. Geez, not many clubs can afford Mbappe. If he went to anywhere other than Madrid, I'd be shocked.
Yeah, same. Look, playoffs are happening as well. NBA, they actually finished today.
Yep.
The Denver Nuggets have beaten Miami Heat in 5, 4-1. The end up score was.
Yeah, you said 6, didn't you?
I thought it would go to game 6. It did not. Look, pretty well deserved. They have been absolutely unreal the whole playoffs.
Yeah.
Looking unfazed against pretty much anyone that's versed them.
Is that Luka guy play for the Nuggets?
No, he's the Dallas Mavs. No, the Nuggets have Nikola Jokic, who's this.
Yeah, I thought that's the guy, man.
Yeah,
I thought his name was Luka for some reason.
No, that's Luka Doncic. He's like another.
What's this guy called?
European.
What's
Nikola Jokic.
Oh, Jokic.
And the
okay.
guy you're thinking of was Luka Doncic.
Okay.
Luka Doncic.
Okay, I know who you're talking about. I was thinking about the guy that plays for Denver, though.
Okay.
Isn't he?
That's what I thought you were talking about.
Isn't he like an absolute weapon?
Yeah, he's like 7'2", and he can shoot. He can dribble. He's massive. Like no one can. He's like unguardable pretty much.
Right.
Because it's like, okay, you're just this huge guy, so he can't one-on-one. Like one-on-one defending's not going to work. He pretty much is unguardable.
Yeah.
Because he's just so big, so strong. Shoots threes, passes. Like he averaged a triple-double in the playoff finals. Oh, I just saw that. That's grim, mate.
Is he like is a player like him different because when you get to like that sort of height, do you start to lose some of your athleticism? But
Yeah,
he's
a
sort
bit.
of like maintained
A
his.
bit. But he's not like, I mean, he's obviously an athlete, but he's not like, and he still rebounds and everything, but he's not, there's some 7 foot or close to players that are extremely athletic, like Giannis. He's not on that level,
right.
but he's still very athletic, and he's a big body. Like people don't go round, you don't go round him.
Yeah, right. You'd have to
Kinda
show
thing.
me some highlights of him or something. I'm actually intrigued.
Yeah, but he does everything. So he's kind of an impossible player to guard. And he won the MVP 2 years in a row. He didn't get it this year. He's kind of proving everyone wrong. And now people are like, hold on, now he's won a championship. Does that put him in like a discussion of is he one of the better players we've ever seen?
Yeah.
Who knows? There's a lot of good players in the NBA right now and have played. So we'll see what happens. But look, awesome final series. The Nuggets deserved it. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Definitely deserved it. Do you have anything else you want to add?
I think that's me, mate. I think that's me. That's us.
Back page longer than the normal ep today.
Oh, it happens, mate. A bit on.
Yeah, fair bit doing.
I'm going to be doing a state of... I'm going to have to do a pod next week because state of origin.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it'll be before origin. I'll do one the week after.
Yeah.
Week off next week.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do a solo state of origin
Breakdown.
breakdown, yeah.
Jesus.
All right, man. I'm sure I'll be
I'm
right.
sure you'll manage.
Yeah.
Alrighty. My name's Alexander.
My name's. You want to keep going?
No, I was going to say signing out, but you're with it. You got to go.
That's usually when you cue me to go.
Yeah,
in there.
no, my name's Alexander.
Me now?
Yeah.
My name's Cody.
And we'll see you next week.
Okay, bye.
Bye.